Hello dear learners, how are you all? I hope you all are safe and fine at your places. And I truly believe that the learning process is going on well. So today, welcome you all in physical education class first. Welcome to physical education. This is part 3 of this chapter. As you are aware, which chapter is going on? It's unit 7 of 8. It's unit 7. And what is the name? The name is what? The name is test. Not at all it's a test, it's a physiology and sports injury. Okay, sports injury. When I'm talking about this topic, physiology and sports injury, as you all know, we have covered first two topics, that is the endurance and the next part, that is the strength. Now what we are going to cover, we are going to cover the next thing, that is depends on speed. So now write what are the physiological factors? Physiological factors which determine your speed. Determining speed. Right, dear students? Okay. So we need to learn what are the physiological factors which determine the speed. But you know about the speed first. What are the types of speed? What are that? So let's do that. We are dealing with very important chapter. These are the sum of two chapters. Previously this was two different chapters, but CBSE had made these two chapters together. So we'll have to do it very nicely, right? So speed. Right? First thing is speed. What is the speed? First we need to know. So speed is the ability to do work as fast as possible. Right? So speed is the ability to do work as fast as possible. You must have seen races, you must have seen 50-meter dash, shuttle run, which definitely measure the speed. So if you want to measure speed, you can go for shuttle run. You can even think about 50-meter dash. These items are very important when you talk about speed. Right? We can bike racing, normal racing, etc. Now we need to know what are the types of speed. What are the things which are in speed? So before that, I wanted you to know speed properly. So as we know, what is the speed exactly, dear students? It is the ability to perform movement as fast a rate. If we talk in another words, it is the ability to move as fast as possible. Speed is basically depends on heredity, but it can be improved through proper training. So if you do proper training, speed can be enhanced. Basically it is a genetic factor, but if you go through the proper training process, it can be measured, it can be enhanced so much. Okay, dear student? So if I say speed is basically depends on white muscle fiber also. As you all know, what is white muscle fiber? White muscle fiber is also called fast twitch muscle fiber. This fast twitch muscle fiber helps to have more connective tissue, and this connective tissue help us to do work with perfection and efficiency. It means they enhance our speed, that boost up our endurance for longer duration for shorter duration activity at fastest possible. It is one of the important component for sprinting and also require for fast responses skill. So for a skill game, right, like kho, like hockey, these are some skill games in which speed is very important. So it's almost required for all the games. Like you can measure speed through sprint, you can measure speed through reflex test, right? So if someone asks you seriously on your practical examination, speed can be measured by what? It will a viva question in the board exam, right? In the board exam, the viva question that speed, how can you measure the speed? So in after that, there is a term that we call it reflex test. And after reflex is what? Sprint. The sprint or shuttle or 50 meter. So these are some methods by which we can measure the speed. Now let's talk about what are the types of speed. What is the first thing? Speed is reaction. First thing is reaction time. First thing is reaction time. When I am talking about reaction time is what? When I bring my body into action. Let's say it's a 50 meter dash and I'm ready. When the Foxtrot whistle is blown, I just start running very fast. Reaction time. When you bring your body into action. So you can write it in this way. Ability or when body bring into action. When body bring into action. So simple. When body bring into action is called reaction. If we talk about the second thing, that is acceleration. What is acceleration? That is the maximum running in a maximum speed. So in short we can say maximum speed. But third thing, speed of movement. Speed of movement. Highest speed, it means when we are supposed to finish the race, we'll run as fast as possible. Sometimes we finish with chest, sometimes we will finish with hand. So when you move your hands backward, the chest will up, and when you finish the race, that ribbon touch your chest, it will be more convenient and it will be more effective to you. So speed of movement is one of the other thing. Fourth, locomotor ability. Locomotor ability. If we talk about locomotor ability, so it is the ability to perform movement with as fast as possible with changing direction, right? So we can write it here. To perform movement as fast as possible with changing direction. With change in direction. Clear, my dear students? So before we are going to learn what are the physiological factors that determine speed, it is very important to know about speed. What exactly speed is? What does it tell us? How to measure it? Why to measure it? What are its components? Right? So speed is basically measured to reflex test, sprint, 50 meter dash, shuttle run, etc. Okay? Next thing that we need to know is speed is the ability to move as fast as possible. Speed is the ability to perform movement as fast as possible at a faster rate. There are 4 types. First is reaction time. So it is the time taken by the body to respond immediately or It is, we can say, the first action to bring body into movement, to bring body into action, to bring body into motion. Acceleration. Acceleration is the time taken by the body to reach at the maximum speed. So when our body reaches the maximum speed, it helps to get initial speed during action. The speed of movement, the third thing, right? It is the quickness to complete the action. What is the speed of movement? Let's say when you are running and it is the last moment, you have to just cover. Okay, so it is the quickness to complete the action or a movement. In other words, we can say it's the time taken a body to perform a complete action. To perform a complete action. Locomotor ability. What is locomotor ability? It is so simple. It is the ability to move fast with change in direction. With change in direction. Hope this much part is clear, right? So let's talk on the physiological factors which depends on speed. Yeah, speed किन physiological factors पे depend करती है ये हमको पढ़ना है, right? So speed is an ability to do work as faster rate, as we all know. There are 4 components that we know, that is the reaction time, acceleration, speed of movement. One more thing is there, that is the locomotor ability. Okay, got it this? Right? Let's start it and let's understand what are the physiological factors which determine the speed. So we have to rub it. Let's rub it and let's start. Let us start. So we need to see the physiological factors, right? How, see, if someone's speed is very good, what are the physiological factors in there? So there is the fast twitch muscle fiber should be there. Fast twitch muscle fiber. As you all know, that if the body has a fast twitch muscle fiber, it means white muscle fibers. Fast twitch muscle fiber is also called white muscle fiber. White muscle fiber. So if your body has white muscle fibers, the more the white muscle fiber, it means fast twitch muscle fibers, the greater the speed. Right? Speed is the ability to perform movement with perfection and efficiency. Right? So the greater the percentage of fast twitch muscle fiber, it means the white muscle fibers, the faster the speed. So it is so clear here that if your body has more amount of fast twitch muscle fiber, there will be, your speed will enhance, right? So we have here that the fast twitch muscle fiber or a white muscle fiber, if the white muscle fibers are there, then the greater the speed. So if greater the percentage of this white muscle fiber, the greater the speed. Okay? The greater the white muscle fiber, the fast twitch muscle fiber, both are same, right? The greater the speed. So clear. Next is neuromuscular response. Neuromuscular response is through signals, impulses, right? Stimulus. So neuromuscular system is basically the connection of the spinal cord and your brain. The better, the good the neuromuscular response, it means let us suppose an example. If your neuromuscular is good, neuromuscular response is good, right? If your brain and your spinal cord is good. First thing is how it will be good. If your spine is straight always, there will be good control over your mind and your spinal cord, right? So it is very, as you are aware about the 10th class chapter control and coordination, where we learn that there is a junction between the mind and the brain and the spinal cord. So if you keep your spinal cord straight, your signals, your neuromuscular will be good. So the best, the better the neuromuscular response, the more the speed. So if neuromuscular system is more, the speed is also very nice. The speed can be enhanced. So physiological factors, if I talk, first is your body should have a lot of fast twitch muscle fibers, that is the wide twitch muscle fiber. Your neuromuscular coordination should be very good. Higher the motor impulses, okay, higher and the faster the neuromuscular response or a motor impulses, faster and stronger the muscles contraction, gain, and your speed will be very good. So these things are very important when we talk, and it should be very important that your body should have all these things. Next term is flexibility. What is flexibility? If I talk about flexibility, definitely your body requires a good amount of flexibility when you want to enhance the speed, or whenever we talk about speed. See, the better the flexibility, the better the speed. What is flexibility? We'll learn it again also in the next session or in the upcoming topic. It is the ability to move in ability to move, or ability of what? The ability of our joints to move in maximum range. So the ability of our joints to move in maximum range, it means I am talking about this flexibility. If flexibility is good, there will not be any problem. If flexibility is very nice, your speed will fine. So the greater the flexibility, the greater the speed. So speed is also dependent upon the flexibility of an individual. Next thing that we are going to learn about is ATP energy store. Fourth point. What about this ATP energy store? First you should know the full form of ATP. What's the full form of ATP? Do you know? You must know. Commerce student might laugh when I am asking what is the full form of ATP, because guys, that's why you take commerce, no, because you don't like science. I know it very well. So ATP बच्चे adenosine triphosphate. But now in physical education we should know everything. ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Phosphate के 3 molecule. Adenosine triphosphate. So easy. Adenosine triphosphate. So now we need to know where does it energy ATP stored. So you all know mitochondria. We called it the powerhouse uncle in class 9. So mitochondria is a cell organelle. It stores energy in the form of ATP in our body and will provide energy to our body in emergencies. Right? So if your body, so the little right, the more the energy ATP is stored, the more the speed. The greater the speed. Okay, so ATP energy store is very important. It is very, if you want to enhance the speed, or if you want to know that how speed will enhance, so it is must that your ATP store should be very good. Exactly, right? So the higher the flexibility, the range of movements, the higher the speed, it will help you to enhance the speed. The higher, the general, if we talk about the ATP store, the greater the ATP store, that is the phosphogene. What is it? ATP contain triphosphate, that is the phosphogene stored. Faster the energy release, speedy and anaerobic activity can be performed. Now next thing that I am going to tell you is anaerobic capacity, right? Anaerobic capacity. देखो बेटा, जब हम एंड्योरेंस पढ़ रहे थे, ठीक है, एंड्योरेंस में हमने पढ़ा था कि व्हाट इज एंड्योरेंस। जब हम कोई लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन एक्टिविटी कर रहे हैं जिसमें हमें बहुत ज़्यादा समय लग रहा है, तो हमको वहाँ पे दो चीज़ पढ़ी थी, शॉर्ट टर्म और लॉन्ग टर्म एंड्योरेंस। इन द सेम वे जब हमने शॉर्ट टर्म पढ़ा, मतलब क्या है वो, एब्सेंस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, एनारोबिक। तो शॉर्ट टर्म एनर्जी स्पीड है, जब हमारी स्पीड बहुत तेज होती है तो आपके जो स्पीड आपको मैनेज करनी है, तो आपकी एनारोबिक कैपेसिटी ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए। ओके, एनारोबिक कैपेसिटी यानी आपकी मस्कुलर कैपेसिटी, anaerobic, muscular, okay. So when I'm talking about lactate threshold, there are बहुत अच्छा है lactate threshold, right? So cardiovascular we can't see. So anaerobic and capacity should be very good of an individual. If he or she want to enhance, so the more the anaerobic endurance, the greater the right. So this is about anaerobic capacity. Sixth and the last point, lactate threshold. Lactate threshold. If you have a capacity to tolerate lactic acid to deposit into the bloodstream, your bloodstream will be fine. You will not get tired. You will not get fatigued. Right? So I hope this speed part is clear. Now let's move and let's complete the next thing, that is the speed. Okay. Now what we are going to learn? We will be going to learn like how this flexibility, on which factor this flexibility depends upon. Okay. Now what we are going to learn? We are going to learn about flexibility. Right, students? First, we must know what is flexibility. These are very important topic. Okay, this whole chapter is very important. What is flexibility? Ability of our joints to move in maximum range. You must have seen people doing yoga asanas, people doing various pranayams, exercise, etc. So when doing different exercise, when different doing asanas, there will be the internal massage of the joints will, the articulation will enhance. So many things happen, right? Hypertrophy of heart is also there. There will be ligaments, elasticity will improve. So flexibility is what? It is the ability of our joints to move in maximum range. Okay, what is flexibility? Flexibility is the ability of our joints to move in maximum range. If you want to measure flexibility, some asanas can help. You want to perform people asana. When you see people are able to perform various asana, you will be able to know what is the flexibility of the indication. Right? There are two types of flexibility: static and dynamic. Static, it means which is in rest. Performing exercise is rest. Dynamic. Dynamic is when the thing is in motion. Hope you clear this. Again, this dynamic is of two types. Active. It means when an individual is active, he can perform various asanas by his own without the help of external partner, like performing chakrasana, like performing vrikshasana, etc. Passive flexibility. When I am talking about passive flexibility, so in passive flexibility, it requires partner's help. What does it require? It requires partner's help. So when the requirement of partner is there, it means whenever we require the help of partner, we call it passive flexibility. What is flexibility? Flexibility is the ability of our joints to move in maximum range. Flexibility can be static. Flexibility can be dynamic. Okay. If I talk about it as static, so it is at a place, it means we perform thing at a particular place. Okay. When we talk about dynamic, what is dynamic flexibility? When things in motion, things in movement. Active flexibility means an individual is able to perform various exercises without help of an external partner. But if an individual is needing help like stretching, so it requires a partner, so that is called basic flexibility. Okay. Now what we are going to learn? We are going to know what are the physiological factors which determine flexibility. So let's start that. And there is again, this out of all these 5 things, that is flexibility, strength, endurance, anything can be asked in exam. So you must prepare for that, right? First thing that I am going to tell you is joint articulation. What? First thing that I am going to talk you about is joint articulation. The joint stretch or articulation, the joint structure or the articulation is more, is the main factor of flexibility. It is attached to various muscles, it is attached to various ligaments, cartilage, tendons, and it makes the joint strong and flexible. So joint articulation is very important. Okay, very first point. What is joint articulation? The body, the joint, the structure. Let's say my leg is joined with my muscles. So this joint structure, so we can write here that joints. It means I am talking about bones. Okay, connected to radius, muscles, tendons, ligaments, etc. Okay, so our body is joined with various ligaments, various tendons, and it is very important that our body should have more flexibility. Just because of all this, the body should be strong, the body should be flexible. So it is very important that if you want to make your body flexible, you must perform some asana. So very first thing, flexibility का जो physiological पहला factor है वो होता ही है हमारा joint articulation. I will bring some thoughts so that we can continue with a good amount of strength, and chalk is even very important if I want to do something. Okay, let me just bring it. So first thing that we had done, right? Okay, so joint articulation is done. Now ligament elasticity. When we talk about ligament elasticity, the joint structure or articulation is the main factor of flexibility. Okay, it attached to various muscles, ligament, etc. In the same way, when I am talking about ligament elasticity, ligament connects two or more bone around the joint. What does ligaments do? They connect. Ligaments connects two or more bones around the joint. The elasticity of ligament is greater, the flexibility is greater, right? So first thing, ligament elasticity. Ligament is connected to C. Ligaments, what does it do? Ligament joints connect. It connects two or more than two bones around the joints. So the greater the elasticity of ligament, the greater the flexibility. Because see, if the elasticity, that is the ligament elasticity, if the ligament elasticity is good, the flexibility is good. Third topic that we are going to talk now is muscle stretchability. Muscle stretchability. When I'm talking about muscle stretchability, it means, see, if you ever perform Padmasana, Vrikshasana, Bhujangasana, so whenever we perform various kind of asanas, the muscle stretchability will be enhanced. See, when we are not doing any physical activity, there is a stiffness in our body. And just because of this stiffness, we are not able to do daily activity. Let's say if I want to, I can just do like this 1, 2, I'm not feeling any kind of pain. But if I told a person who is not at all doing any kind of physical exercise to do 20 times, 1, 2, 3, on the next day or after in the evening time, he will be feeling pain that I have done some exercise and that's why I am feeling pain. In the same way, if I told someone to do sit-ups, 20 sit-ups, he will not be able to do because he is not doing a physical exercise or she is not doing a physical exercise. So muscle stretchability is one of the major components if you want to enhance the flexibility of your joints. What? Muscle stretchability is one of the major components. Okay? Now it's may depend on injury or illness. Okay? This flexibility may depend on illness, injury, accident, So let's say if someone having a injury like if he or she has a blood pressure problem, back pain, diabetes, or it may have a disability or a disorder. Disorder means a mental confusion, take disability. So to enhance the flexibility has become a greater challenge for them if they have a flexibility, disability, right? So because sometimes due to accident there is some deformity in the body. But even though if you have the power of persistence, if you have patience, if you have dedication, you can do anything. Right? Flexibility also depends on age. Right? If you talk about age, the smaller children, the little kiddos, they have good amount of flexibility as compared to the young one, right? So like if I am comparing my flexibility to you, so you are little kiddos in grade 12, grade 11, grade 9, grade 10, right? So you have a less amount, you have a good amount of flexibility if you do exercise regular basis, right? And as compared to you, I don't have that flexibility because age is also a factor which depends. Let's say in the previous lecture when we see the back stretch test, right? So like I am able to hold my hands. But this can't be done by the aged people. It means old age people because age factors there is beside the flexibility. So it's a physiological factor. Flexibility is a big physiological factor. Next is gender. 6 point is if you compare it, so girls are more flexible than boys. Their joint articulation, their stretchability, everything is more. So if we talk about gender point, so girls are more flexible, it means females are more flexible than boys. Next is warming up. 7 point, warming up. If it is warming up, so warming up is something, it means to raise your body temperature. If you do warm up and then you do the exercise, then you perform some asanas, it will become so easy for you to perform. The muscle stretchability will enhance. Warming up has some set of exercise which lead your body to be flexible and it enhances the body temperature a little bit. It will become so easy for you to do that. Last point is heredity. Heredity, so flexibility also depends on heredity, but due with the proper training, with the proper equipment, when you do the things proper workout, so it will become very easy for you to do various things. If you do regular exercise, it will not at all be an issue for you to do various things. Right, dear students? So I hope this point is clear with everyone that what is flexibility. It means what are the physiological factors which define flexibility, or what are the physiological factors which determine your other thing. So let's just come and let's see what others recapitulate. So flexibility, you know, it's the ability for joint to move in maximum range. First thing on which it required depends on joint articulation, because the joint is, you know, connected with muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, etc. So next thing is depend on ligament elasticity. Okay, so if the ligament elasticity is good, the speed is more, or speed of flexibility is more, right? Muscle stretchability is one of the more important concerns or a component on which flexibility depends. Sometimes due to accident, illness, disease, or kind of problem, disability may resist someone's flexibility. So flexibility will depend on heredity also. Okay, but it can be done with a good or proper kind of training. Warming up also enhances flexibility. Some 2 points are remaining, that is the age and the gender. So age honoring the flexibility definitely depends. Gender, the flexibility depends on the gender, that the female has a good amount of flexibility as compared to male. It's a universal truth. Age also, right? So with this, the session is over. This is very important questions, right? This all 5 things, if I told you, physiological, factors, किस लिए आपको प्रिपेयर करना है? आप स्ट्रेंथ के 5 पॉइंट्स प्रिपेयर कर लो. You prepare for speed. You prepare it for after strength, speed, endurance, flexibility, coordinated. ये तीनों प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, गेट गुड मार्क्स, राइट? इनमें से कोई एक आता है इन सीबीएसई. Sometimes it asks for 2, sometimes it asks for 1. So why don't we use our 3 marks? So please prepare it for 3 marks. You need to write 5 points out of it. I have written 8 points. You prepare 5 points and 3 marks. See, when you write this point, right? Example elasticity, then you have to explain just some points. This is the way you will have to write in the board exam. Just write the some point, then you have to explain. Okay? So 3 marks you have to prepare. So with this, take care. Bye bye. Lots of love and blessings to you guys. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.